Brian here. Just thought I'd show you around the place. Been back from camp. Got back last night, so just thought I'd show you around the place a bit. So this is where the kids are sleeping. This is home now. So yeah, this is where Faith's sleeping. I think she's still asleep in there. Still got a little bit of firewood, but I don't know if it's dried. The dried stuff was closer to the house. So just so you understand a little of the layout, that's our garden over there, the sweet potato at the front there. That wasn't affected by the fire. Our fruit trees, mandarin and lemon, a bit burnt on this side. These shipping containers, they were insulated shipping containers, so, but what we didn't know is the outsides were aluminium and the panel just melted off. So there is you can see where the melted aluminium has melted, and somehow this thing here has stood up. Isaac thinks it's quite a trophy piece, but so sadly these shipping containers are no good. They're just all buckled, and there's you know, they're not watertight anymore. That's a thin layer of metal on the inside. Yeah, and that's our other shipping container over there, which is a normal shipping container, which is a lot more solid. We might be able to revive that. I don't know if we're going to be able to get the smell out of the metal, but it stinks. It reeks here of burnt plastic. So yeah, this is the boys' bedroom, and if you actually look, it's been gone through quite well. The boys have really raked through here and gone looking through any bits and pieces they can find. This was our lounge room through this area here. There's still some posts left from the house. I don't know whether we can pull those out or we're going to have to burn them out. I'm not sure. This is what's left of the playground. Sadly, all these stepping stone posts are badly charred, and they were concreted into the ground, so I'm guessing we're probably going to have to burn those out. That's what's left of the swing set. Sandpit still survived. One of the timbers caught fire. Sadly, our best producing fruit tree on our property, our fig tree, looks like it's gone. So yeah, over this way, that was Faith's bed there. And actually very interesting as we look through here. I don't know if you can see the pottery in there. Obviously it got too hot, but some things actually fired. We hadn't got around to firing them, and yeah, well, there's even my initials on it. So looks like it's got a bit too hot, but I wouldn't dare drink out of that. The plastics would have gone through there. What's left of the exercise bike? Pretty much it's only metal that's left in here. So this is a kitchen area. You can see bowls there, and what's left of the mortar and pestle. But nothing is retrievable. Everything is just covered. There's our bottling lids, rings and so forth. What's left of our fridge, and the freezers are underneath that pile of rubble. It's just a mess. There's really nothing. The kids have pulled out some knives and swords that were special to them, where the handles have melted off, melted or burnt off, and they're trying to revive the blades, but the blades are warped, and this is what's left of Jeffrey's room. There's pretty much nothing left in there. Some bare framework of some racks there. Hot water system. Back over this way, that's one of our sheds. That's another one of our sheds. This one here was the boys' shed. They had a lot of their tools kept in here. This is where we had the dog and Luna and her pups were in here. And this is where Coraline and Faith came running into to rescue the pups. The crazy thing is, this is where the wind was blowing, so the smoke and flames were coming this way. Crazy. That's why my wife finished up going to the hospital in the middle of the night. And I took blood tests, and her blood was black. I still don't understand that to this day. They said something about dehydration and so forth. But so this was our garden shed where we had all our fence stuff. Chainsaws. In fact, there's the motor of one of our chainsaws. You can see the chain there. I don't know where the other chainsaw is. We had some of our bee equipment for keeping the queens separate. Some of our lids of things. So yeah, some of our shovels and axes. I think the kids have got. Oh, here they all are over here. So all the handles are obviously burnt, but you can see the mattocks and the axe head there. And some other bits and pieces left. What's left? I think a scythe there. So yes. So back over to the house. So this is what's left of some of our firewood. These were some of the bigger bits that needed splitting. They're not so big anymore. The fireys put them out, but they burnt down to probably, I don't know, maybe half their size or so. So here's what it been. It's almost 3 weeks, and I don't know if you can see the smoke coming off this. Let me just, you see that? That's still on fire in there. Our compost pile, and no, it's not steam. We've got to. Thought I had some water. Oh, yeah, I've got some water here. See if we can get it to boil again. Anyway, we're trying to put it out. There's a reasonable amount of compost still there, but obviously it's been burning while we've been away from camp in the last week and a half. So this is our bedroom. Let me come back over this side. So these are what's left of all our bottled food, just glasses and jars and everything. There's probably, I don't know, maybe 300 odd jars of beetroot and salsa and tomato sauce and pizza sauce and everything else. Olive oil, so that would have been a full 20-litre drum of olive oil. Some of the solar panels, you can see melted glass. Well, that could be from the glass from our bottling. But the solar panels glass melted, and there's piles of melted glass throughout the house. But all the racks just melted, crumbled, because they were all steel. Melted. Nothing left of them. So this is one of our freezers. We realised before we went to camp that there was meat in those, and they were partly cooked in the fire, and they were starting to smell. So before they got really rotten, we got them out. And that's the other freezer there. Somewhere in here is actually another fridge that we could not find. I'm guessing somewhere underneath that stuff is the other fridge. So that's our air conditioner, what's left of it. This here is what's left of a water tank. So a water tank sat here, and because it was right beside the house, it's our washing machine. Because it sat right beside the house, the fire was so intense on it that it split on one side, and 20,000 litres of water went down this way. You can actually see the washouts here. And you know, just after the fire, when I came down here, I was like, oh, what's all this washout? You know, you can see all the leaves have been washed from here into a big pile there, and you see the washouts there. It must have been quite a tidal wave coming down here. That goes down into the creek down there. We still managed to save this tank here. This tank here looks like it's okay, but when you see the other side, it's failed. It's got to be pulled apart and got rid of. It's melted over the side. But this metal tank, it was a bit heat affected. You can see, I don't know if you can see that fitting up there, but it's all melted. But yeah, look, it's holding water well. And yeah, so that's our house down the creek again there. Not that there's any water in there. So I'll just show you around a few other things while I'm here. It's our wood chips and our compost piles for our gardens. That's another view from where the carport is, looking back through it. And that's that shipping container we started with. So our garden's over that way, and yeah. So that's a bit of where things are at the moment. I guess we've got to start getting our head around what we're going to do, how we're going to deal with all this stuff. Got to figure out how we're going to take all the metal, like all that metal there you see, all buckled. If it was just flat, it wouldn't be too hard. Like some of this stuff here is flat. This was off the carport. It didn't really get that hot in the carport because there's very little timber holding it up, so it came down fairly fast. So it's fairly flat, so it's easy to stack up and get to the dump. But this stuff over here is just so mangled. Oh, there you can see this side of that water tank all burnt out. There's no water left in it now. It's slowly drained out. So yeah, so that's one of the big jobs. We've got to figure out how to get rid of all this mess. So yeah, there's a little snippet of our